In this class, I am going to explain the process of creating and running programs. The process of creating and running program. In the last class, I have clearly explained you the structure of a C program. Structure of a C program. In this class, I will explain a simple program. Just see here, it is a simple program. Hash include stdio.h header file, and this is the main function void main. In that one, only one statement, that is printf statement. So in that printf statement, I have written a code that is hello how are you. In the printf statement, I have written a code that is hello how are you. So here a structure of a C program contains documentation section, preprocessor directives, definition section, global declaration part, main function, and user defined functions. This is the structure of a C program. This is the structure of a C program. Here, out of all these sections in this program, the first one is test.c is the name of the file. Test.c is the name of the file. The name of the program or the title of the program is written in documentation section. It is a non-executable statement. We can write by using two slashes. You can write this by using two slashes or slash star symbol. Two slashes or slash star symbol. After that, here this is a documentation section. This is a documentation section. And after that, hash include stdio.h. Here this stdio.h is the header file. This .h indicates header file. The .h indicates header file. And stdio, the stdio stands standard input output. Stdio, that is standard input output header file. Generally, in any program, it takes input from the user through the keyboard. For that purpose, there is a special function provided in C language. That code or the function definition and the function code which is available, the function code is available in the header file stdio. stdio, and similar to that input, and there is a output function. If you want to send anything onto the monitor as an output from a C program to the user, there is a function called printf function. Here this is a printf function. The printf function is used to display any text that is called as string onto the monitor, any text that is called as string onto the monitor, and we can also send the values or the data which is available in the variables, that is nothing but the data or the values or the output from a memory location onto the monitor, onto a output screen monitor by using this printf function, by using this printf function. And this statement and all the statements generally we include inside the main function. Generally all the statements we include inside the main function. The main function is a the main function is a collection of statements. The main function is a collection of statements. All the statements in a C program are written in between this open and close curly brackets of a main function. This open and close curly brackets of a main function. The execution starts with main function. The execution starts with main function. Here the void indicates this main function is not returning any value. This main function is not returning any value, so that it is mentioned as void. It is mentioned as void. So this is a very simple or basic program, or the first program in a C language, that is written by using a printf function. This program is called as source code. This is called as source code. The instructions or the program written in the high level language like C is called as a source program or source file or source code. And this code, this program or this code, we have to write in an editor. We have to write in an editor. Source code is a file with C programming instructions in a high level language. Source code is a file with C programming instructions in a high level language. To create source code, we use any text editor, that is Turbo C editor. In order to write this source code, the source program, we have to write a source. Here the process of creating and running a program includes 4 steps. This already I have explained in the last video, the last session, and for the clarity I am explaining in this video also. The process of creating and running programs includes 4 steps. It includes 4 steps. These are the steps to convert a C program into machine language code. These are the steps to convert a C program into machine language code. Here, any C program, are steps in executing the C program, or the process of creating and running a C program is it is called steps in executing the C program. It's called steps in executing the C program. The steps are writing and editing the program. It is nothing but this one. It is nothing but this one. Creating source code. The first step is writing and editing a C program. Writing and editing a C program. It is nothing but creating a source file. Creating a source file. So this is a sample program or a basic program, and where we have to write this code. This code we have to write in a editor is called text editor. The text editors are used to write programs. The text editors are used to write programs. After writing the program, the file is saved on the disk by a file name that is like this, test.c. Always the C program takes the extension as .c. Always a C program takes the extension that is .c. It takes an extension that is .c, test.c. This is called extension. This is called extension. After writing the program, the file is saved on the disk. This is known as source file. This file is input to the computer. It is known as source file, and this file is input to the computer. This is the first step, that is writing and editing the program. This is the first step, that is writing and editing the program. Writing and editing the program. And this is also called as creating a source code. Creating a source code. Source code is a file with C programming instructions in a high-level language. To create source code, we use any text editor, that is Turbo C editor. To create source code, we use any text editor, that is Turbo C editor. To write the program instructions, the instructions written in the source code must follow the C programming language rules. The instructions written in the source code must follow the C programming language rules. And the next step is compiling the C program. The next step is compiling the C program. For creating this source file, here the steps are: click on the start button, select run option. Under the start button, type run or select run option. In that, type cmd and press enter. In that type cmd. Cmd stands command. Click on the start button, select run, type cmd and press enter. Type cmd, that is command, and press enter. Type cd, that is a change directory. Cd stands change directory. This is a DOS command to change the directory or to enter the directory, that is c colon slash tc slash bin. The command prompt and press enter. Type cd c colon. It means that we need to enter a bin folder of a tc folder, that is c colon slash tc slash bin. After that, type tc and press enter. After that, type tc and press enter and click on file. Then an editor will be displayed. In that one, click on file, new, in C editor window. Type the program and save it with filename.c, that is test.c. Filename.c, that is test.c or first.c. You can write test.c or first.c. And then step 2 is, this is the first one, that we have created a source file. This is the first one, that we have created a source file. We have created a source file in the TC editor. That TC editor, Turbo C editor, is available in the folder TC and bin. And second one, compile source codes. The second step is, here see, the second step is compiling the program. It is compiling the program. And third step is linking the program. And fourth step is executing the program. Second one, compiling the program. Third one, linking the program. And fourth one, executing the program. Executing the program. Now, the second step, that is compiling the code, source code. The compilation is the process of converting high-level language instructions into low-level language code or instructions. The compilation is the process of converting high-level language instructions into low-level language instructions. It is nothing but converting it into machine code. When you compile the program, means a software or a language translator, that is compiler, is activated and the source file, the C file, is converted into machine code. For the compilation purpose, we use a shortcut key, that is Alt plus F9. to compile a C program in Turbo C. Alt plus F9 to compile a C program in Turbo C. The compilation is the process of converting high-level language instructions into low-level. Whenever we press Alt plus F9, the source file is going to be submitted to the compiler. Whenever we press Alt plus F9, the source file is submitted to the compiler for compilation. This is the process of compilation. This is the process of compilation. Alt plus F9 is the shortcut key. Alt plus F9 is the shortcut key. Alt plus F9 is the shortcut key to compile source code into machine code. On receiving a source file, the compiler first checks for the errors. On receiving a source file, the compiler first checks for the errors. If there are any errors, then the compiler returns a list of errors. If there are any errors, then compiler returns list of errors. If there are no errors, then the source code is converted into object code. If there are no errors, then the source code is converted into object code and stores it as a file with .obj extension. If there are no errors, then the source code is converted into object code and stores it as a file with .obj extension. Then the object code is given to the linker. The linker combines both the object code and specified header file code and generates an executable file with a .exe extension. On receiving a source file, the compiler first checks for the errors. It checks for the errors. If any errors, then the compiler returns the list of errors. If there are any errors, then compiler returns a list of errors. If there are no errors, then the source code is converted into object code and stores it as a file with .obj extension. The source code file extension is .c. The source code file extension is .c with the extension .c, and the compiler creates the same file name with .obj extension. Obj means it is an object code. Obj means it is an object code. Obj means it is an object code. The object code is given to the linker. Here a program called linker is activated. Here a program called a linker is activated. A program called linker is activated. The linker combines both the object code and the code which is available in the header file. The linker combines both the object code and the code which is available in the header file and generates an executable file with a .exe extension, that is filename.exe, that is filename.exe extension. That is step 2. Compiling and linking the program. Step 2 and 3. The last step is executing the program. Executing oblique running executable file, that is control F9. After completing compilation successfully, after completing the compilation program successfully, an executable file is created with a .exe extension. The processor can understand this .exe file content. The processor can understand this .exe file content so that it can perform the task specified in the source file. The processor can understand this .exe file. The processor can understand this .exe file content so that it can perform the task specified in the source file. We use a shortcut key Ctrl plus F9 to run a C program. We use a shortcut key, that is Ctrl plus F9 to run a C program. Whenever we press Ctrl plus F9, the .exe file is submitted to the CPU by a special program called loader. On taking the .exe file, CPU performs the task according to the instructions written in the file. The result generated from the execution is placed in a window called user screen. A window which is called a user screen. This is the third step. Third, it means that 2 and that is 3 and 4. The final is output, just viewing the output. In this step, an executable file is created with .exe extension. Whenever we press a shortcut key Ctrl plus F9 to run a C program, we press Ctrl plus F9 the exe file is submitted to the CPU. The exe file is submitted to the CPU. On receiving a .exe file, the CPU performs the task as per the instructions written in the file. As per the instructions written in the file. On receiving .exe file, the CPU will perform the task. It means that it executes the executable file is executed by the CPU. Then it generates output on output window. The finally, that is check result or viewing the output. After executing the program, then viewing the output. After running the program, the result is placed into user screen. After running the program, the result is placed into user screen. Just we need to open the user screen to check the result of the program execution. Just we need to open the user screen to check the result of the program execution. We use the shortcut key Alt plus F5 to open the user screen and check the result. We use the shortcut key Alt plus F5 to open the user screen and to check the result. These are the 4 steps. These are the 4 steps. These are the 4 steps. That is, one, two, that is compiling and linking the program. And this is 3. And the 4th step is viewing the output. Viewing the output. This is, I'm changing it as first dot C. The name of the file is first dot C, and this is step 1, step 2, step 3, and step 4. Viewing the result. Viewing the result. These are the 4 steps. These are the 4 steps involved in the process of creating and running programs. These are the 4 steps involved in the process of creating and running a C program. Writing and editing the program, compiling the program, compiling and linking the program, executing the program, viewing the output. Executing the program and viewing the output. And I will show you one example, that is how to execute a C program. Here in this C drive there is a folder called Turbo C4. See here in this C drive the folder is Turbo C4. In that one, here the Turbo C++ 4.0 full screen 64-bit Windows 8, Windows 7 and Windows 7. We have to click on this one. And TC is a folder. In that one, bin is a folder. Here the TC editor will be available. TC editor is available. TC editor is available in this one. Turbo C4, TC, bin and TC. And see here, include is also a directory. In that one, these are all header files. This is the stdio.h header file. stdio.h header file. Here I am clicking on this. Right, this is the blue screen. When you click on this, it displays a blue screen. It displays a blue screen which is called C editor. This is a editor. The blue screen is the editor. Here the name of the file by default is no name03.c. It means that no name. There is no name is given to this program file. In this editor we have to write the C program. Now I am writing the C program, that is first.c. This is a documentation section. This is a documentation section. And I am writing preprocessor directive, that is hash include stdio.h, that is hash include stdio.h header file. And next statement is void main. The next statement is void main. I'm writing an output statement, welcome to C language. This is my program. This is my program. Here in this one, the first line is first.c. It is a name of the program, and the main function is not returning a value. The C program starts with main function and it is not returning a value, means it is a type of, that is void type. It is the type is void type. And main is a function. In that one, printf is a predefined output function to send any text on the monitor. Now I am saving this file by clicking on file, new, save. File, new, save. I am saving this file with the name first.c. The file is saved in a folder C tc bin. The file is saved in a folder C tc. In that tc folder, in that there is a folder bin. In that I am saving this source file with the extension .c and press OK. Yes. Here the name of the file is displayed in place of no name.c. It means that I have completed the source file that is creating a C program. Now go to this compile menu, click on compile, or directly you can press Alt plus F9. The shortcut key is Alt plus F9, or you can directly click Alt plus F9 or compile. Here in the process of compilation, it displays any errors. Here it is showing lines compiled is 313 and the warnings is 0 and the errors is 0. Here I have written only the code that is 5 to 6 lines, 5 to 6 lines of code, but the lines compiled is 313. So the 313 minus 5 or 6 lines, that it may be 316 or 17 lines, are from stdio.h header file. And in this program no errors and no warnings, that is warnings 0 and errors 0. And press any key. This is a success. The status is the compilation is successful. The compilation is successful. Just press any key. Then the compilation process is over. And go to this run and click on run. Then press Alt plus tab. Then you will see the output on a window, on the window. Control F9 and Alt F5. This is the output. Welcome to C language. Here this is the output. Welcome to C language. Okay, welcome to C language. Here the output is welcome to C language. It means it is showing two times welcome to C language and welcome to C. I have executed the program two times so that it is showing two times, the output is showing two times. This is the process of writing a C program in a editor and executing the C program, writing the C program, and close this one. After that, just press Alt File and Alt X. Do you want to save this? No. This is the process of creating and running programs. This is the process of creating and running programs. Writing and editing the program, compiling the program, compiling and linking the program, compiling and linking the program, compiling and linking the program, filing and executing the program and viewing the output. Okay, this is the end. Thank you.